Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Tim back again. Been a minute, I know. Crazy things going on. Before I get in, let me say thank you to everybody who reached out. Great news on the mother in law front. She's home. She's basically all cleared. So that was a big sigh of relief. So the surgery went absolutely well, as I reported before, but she's doing great. She's actually moved out of her situation and she's kind of living on her own. So she's really doing strong. So thank you everybody for your support. Appreciate that. So behind me, you can see it, but you can't hear it. I'm kind of in the background, just wanted to hear something so I don't just hear myself talk. I'm watching, it's available on YouTube. It's DJ Shadow and Cut Chemist. It's called the Renegades of Rhythm. This was the tour they did where they went around the basically the globe with Afrika Bambaata's records, and specifically his. I mean, if they were beat, they were beat. It's just what it was. But they toured the world with his records and put together a great show. So I actually saw this here in Orlando when this tour went on. Just kind of got a little nostalgic for it because Shadow announced this week or last week he's working on a new album. Should be out this year, and the first single featuring De La Soul is out on YouTube. It's be featured in the Madden 20 soundtrack. So I'm kind of on a Shadow kick right now. When aren't I? Anyway, I just needed some time. You know, it's been very crazy. It's been great having Amy back and just, you know, just getting back in the swing of things, and you know, and then the events of what's been happening in the news and the media and the world, and it's just kind of put me in a funk. So I needed the time. I've been trying to watch when I can and comment, but you know, but pushing forward. So here we go. So I got a small stack. I got stacks over there. In fact, I'm over here because the missus is working over there, and you know, she's been really working hard. So I'll let her do what she's got to do to, yeah, kind of support what she needs to get done. Anyway, it's 2.5 minutes in and I haven't shown a damn thing. 8 records, 1 CD. So this has been actually shown recently in the vinyl community, for good reason, because it's flipping fantastic. But I can't find it on vinyl, but the CD will do, and that's Dangerous Toys, their first debut album on disc. This is not an OG, this is a reissue, but it sounds fantastic. Sleaze, I guess, would be the best way to call this, sleaze metal. That second tier, you know, Motley Crue, Rat, Poison, they had kind of run the airwaves, and you were starting to get more of the hair metal influenced or glam metal influenced, but it was definitely more gritty and dirty. Their debut album is probably, I got it like a 9.5 out of 10. I mean, it's pretty much perfect. This one's got 11 tracks. I love every one. The one I would say you want to check out is that they had a minor. And I say minor because the airwaves were still loving Crew and all them, but they had a hit with a song called Scared, and some meaningful lyrics in that one. I really think that I like being scared. But that being said, it's an awesome song. Great album. If you like that sleaze metal of that late 80s, this is a must-have. So I was glad to pick that up. And then at the beginning, I finally got my needle drop situation fixed. So I gave you a taste, as I showed before, of the Neighborhood Children. I gave you a taste of Feeling Zero. So I promised that before and had shown this one off, and wanted to kind of show it again and give you some needle love. 2 other new ones. Jim at Vinyl Designs. If you're not familiar with this channel, I'm gonna hopefully remember to leave a link below. Just awesome guy, amazing tastes. Really just he's rebuilding his collection for reasons you can go watch his channel and find out, but he's pulling out some big guns from time to time, and he mentioned this band, and I kind of knew that they came back, but forgot about that they came back, I guess would be the best way to say it. So was looking on Amazon and I saw their newest, the 2019, so I had to pick it up, and I got it got it from the warehouse, the Amazon warehouse. So I kind of took a chance on it, and I mean, other than a ding on the cover, it was pretty much mint. But that's the Dream Syndicate these times. Really just did not sample it. I mean, I've heard their comeback album. I think it was 2017, 2018. I've streamed that, but this one I wanted to kind of go in blind, and it was absolutely fantastic. You know, it's what you would expect from Dream Syndicate, that dreamy pop psych, modern pop psych. And I thoroughly enjoyed this album. I couldn't wait to get it on the turntable. Was going to do a needle drop of this one, but I think this one's better if you just take it in as a whole. So if you like the more modern, dreamy pop psych, definitely check this out. And then the other new one I picked up was, it's weird to call this a new album because it's not. It was originally recorded in 1982. Take that for what it's worth. And that's Fighter by Mass. So I've showed Mass here before. That early 80s glam rock, they definitely fall into that category. This was originally recorded for A&M Records. There was a dispute between management and A&M, which led to this album being shelved. Now, it did see a CD release, I guess, a couple of years ago, but Scott Waters, our very own, and his label, No Life Till Metal, made it happen to where this got a vinyl release. This, honestly, had this come out in '82, this would have been a much bigger band. Their official debut, is it RCA, I think it's RCA to put it out. It's a good album, and I like it a lot. This smokes it, beginning to end. It's just a phenomenal album, and if you are into any type of hard rock slash glam slash hair metal from the early to mid 80s, this needs to be on your radar. I'm going to give you a needle drop. I'm going to give you a needle drop of the lead-in track, Watch Her Walk, just to give you a taste of this. So check this out. This is Mass from their original debut album, Fighter. All right, so next up, when you kind of see the records as they usually are behind me, from middle down is all from a couple major collections I picked up a while back, probably when I first started in the VC, and it's been slow going. I'm very meticulous. When I just don't clean them and shelve them. I clean them, put them in my to be listened pile, or I'm getting ready to listen to it right then. So I haven't cleaned all of them yet. I'm getting through it, and I've told myself that I need to start chipping away at that more, because I want to clean it, listen to it, and if it's not going to be one I'm going to keep, I'm going to VCLT it or whatever the case may be. So I've been forcing myself to kind of go through that a little bit more, and one of the ones that I did was coming through from Quicksilver. So this was their 6th, maybe 5th or 6th. So they had actually started to move. Oh man, it's a little bright, so I'm gonna put that up there. They had started to move away from their initial psych sounds and kind of got a little bit more blues. And I'll be honest, when I first put it on, I was a little nervous. The first couple tracks didn't really resonate with me, but as the first side went on, second side killed me. I was just like, it's a winner. So decent album, probably not their best in their catalog, especially when you're comparing things like Happy Trails and stuff like that. But glad to have it, and it's still in the Capitol years, so still quality, but um, you can definitely tell that they're. I think at this point they had gone through some personnel changes too, so the direction of the band was changing. So this is not the psych album you would expect it to be, but still a solid release. So, Quicksilver. This one I showed. It's a contest, I think, and I apologize for not remembering. So I cleaned it up and kind of showed it because I knew the title, and so you know what, I let me go give this a listen since I had it cleaned, and that was 4 out of 5 Doctors. So this is actually a new wave slash, I guess you'd call them power pop group from outside of Washington D.C. 2 albums, I believe. I know. I think this. Yeah, this is the first one. I think they did have 2. This was a dollar bin gamble. You see it kind of looks very Devo-esque. You look on the back and you're like, all right, well, I'm either gonna get some pop or I'm gonna get some new wave, and it's kind of riding that pine a little bit. For $1, it's decent. I mean, I'm sorry, I have something in my eye and it's driving me crazy. It's a decent album for $1. This is not something I would have paid, $5 for. I think I would have been a little, I don't say offended or ripped off, but that, it's always relative, right? You pay $10 for an album, you listen to it, it wasn't $10, but if you paid $2 for it, you're like, yeah, I love it. So, for $1, it was actually really enjoyable. There's a couple misses on this album, I think, but there's a couple that really hit that new wave mark, and I'm going to give you a taste of one. It's the lead off track. It's called Modern Man. So 4 out of 5 Doctors. All right, so next up, Booker T and the MGs greatest hits on Stax. It was Hip Hugger all day. Not gonna leave that behind. But they got some great covers on here. They've got a cover of Mrs. Robinson and Eleanor Rigby. So Booker T and the MGs. I want to say this one's like, I don't know, $7, $8, I don't know. Definitely came from Hicksville, New York. So to Mr. and Mrs. Murray, thank you. It found its way to me, and I'm keeping it. Very enjoyable. It's Booker T. It's Stax. I'm not gonna say no to it. So, and then these last couple came from a pickup I did. I know a couple people have mentioned Carolina Soul. They sell on eBay. I know Bill from the Vinyl Verse has bought from them a few times. Andre, who has been here, Linda Legg. He hasn't made videos in a while. Hopefully, if he's watching, hopefully, Andre, everything's well. We miss seeing you, but I know you comment from time to time, so I think you're still around. He's bought tons from Carolina Soul. So they had a soul run. What they do is they generally have a theme to what they put up on eBay on a given week. Records usually start at $6. I enjoy when they put up their funk and soul 45s, because that's a weakness for me. But I don't own very much because that weakness is very expensive. So I was looking at some and looking on the cheaper end, and what I also did, I looked and see what some of these were going for, and we're talking like 2,500, 3,000. I mean, these are validated bids. So yeah, that's not me, but I get it. So the stuff is single press, hard to find. So they do themes, and this one week they just happen to be doing like a nice big old Hall of Soul. So they grade fairly. I think they've graded slightly conservative, which is nice. They ship everything very well. Everything's bagged. The record is not shipped inside of the jacket. It's shipped outside in a sleeve. So you know these guys and gals. I mean, I'm not gonna just this company gets it, and they take a lot of pride in how they package. So I hadn't really bought from them before, but I wanted to give them a shot. So I bought two, and the first one needs no introduction. Told you, needs no introduction. So this was the first or second album to get an official release after the passing of Otis Redding. I think it was the second. I could be wrong, but Love Man. I see Otis, I buy Otis. I buy Otis because I'm in love with Otis. To me, there's probably not a more pure R&B soul singer ever. And that, I mean, I get it. There's some names there, right? But something about Otis. So, this one just from beginning to end just hits you. He's got a great cover on here of Your Love Is Lifting Me Higher and Higher. Just the whole album, just, I mean, like I was just stone silent, just in awe. So, Loverman, this is I believe this was an original press. They graded it at VG. I'd probably have to agree with that. It did have some surface scuffs. A couple of things that made some noise, but I know sometimes some of these can get up a little bit up there because it is Otis, especially some of the OG presses. So $6. I was glad to pick that up. And then the other one that I didn't, if it said, I missed it. And that's the debut from Osibisa. And it had writing on it when I saw the photo, and I didn't really pay attention to it. And it says, Hot Rod, thanks, Frank Felice, MCA. And this is actually released on Decca, division of MCA. And then on the back, it says sample copy. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Nowhere on the label does it say sample. However, and like I said, if it said it in the listing, I missed it. When I get it, not only does it come with this poster inside and this cardboard-esque like pull-out article on Osibisa, which has information on them. It also came with almost what looked to be like a press release letter from Decca Records. It has a little write-up on them, and unfortunately it's folded, so I need to kind of fold it back, and hopefully time will just flatten that out. But nice 2-page like press release. And like I said, if the listing said sample or promotional copy, I missed it. I paid $6 for this, and you know what? I'd pay $6 again for this one. This one, I mean, those of us who listen to, or at least have a little bit more of an ear involved in that, fusion jazz. This is a fusion with a little bit of funk, a little bit Afrobeat added in. This stuff hits my ear perfectly. So I'm actually going to give you a needle drop on this one. I gave you a taste of Music for Gong Gong. It's the second track on side one. So check that one out. So hey, that's it. I survived. I like to say I'm back. We'll see how regular I can be. There are a bazillion contests going on, and I'm trying. I really am trying to try to meet some of these deadlines. So if for some reason I miss your contest, please don't take it as a slight on my part. I needed to check out. Really did. It did my brain good. It was something I needed to do. And, you know, work's busy, home life's busy, you know, the little one's starting school next week. So, ooh. But, you know, I realized that with everything going on, I was just trying to do too much. And unfortunately, adulting sucks. So we had, you know, I had to check out a little bit. And I've been watching, I've been trying to comment, so please don't think I'm slighting anybody if I don't get a chance to get in there. So I'm trying. So but thank you for your love, your support, your everything. For those of you who follow me on Facebook, you'll notice I don't have the thing anymore. That was the other thing that happened. I tried to literally almost kill myself. I almost cut off the tip of my thumb. You can see where it's healing, and that little dot doesn't do it justice. There's like a whole big patch of thing where I go right off, just chopping onions, and literally took like that whole portion of my thumb just pretty much off. This is why I'm not allowed to play with sharp things. So still made dinner the next night. That night not so much, but the next night I still made dinner. So but thank you so much. I appreciate everybody. I don't even know how, but somehow I passed 400 subs. To each and every one of you, I love you all. Thank you. A couple quick things. Bobby Gas, he lost his channel. So if you're watching me and you knew Bobby Gas, please go find him again. He's back. I think if you search Bobby Gas 5, that's BOBBYGASS 5, you should be able to find him. And then another person who's been kind of missing for a minute, I had a chance to talk to Brian over at Shamrock and Records the other night. He sends his love. He's been going through some stuff. You know, we had to talk about that. I think some of you may know, but it's going to be up to him to kind of share everything. I think he may have a little bit of it, but he's doing well. You know, he really is doing well. He's just transitioning to a new thing, and he's had to take some time. So Brian, we miss you, we love you, and we hope to see you soon. Just know that we're keeping the light on for you. So take care of what you got to do. He's already told me you're not gonna believe the video when he comes back. I'm just saying. He's told me a couple things, and it's like I gonna have to drive up and just barnstorm the door. Sorry, Brian. Hate to do it, but I gotta. Anyway, so everybody watching, thank you. I'm shutting up now. Go on about your day. Take care. Peace.